three, and here comes Garland in, fakes the shot, scores! Connor Garland! Settled! Cold blocked, and Vancouver has won Game 1!
What did we just witness? After being down 4-1 to the Oilers, the Canucks scored 4 unanswered goals to complete the biggest comeback of the NHL playoffs so far. Game 1 was unbelievable from start to finish. So let's break down exactly how the Vancouver Canucks pulled off yet another incredible comeback and what it means for the rest of the series. Coming into round 2, this all-Canadian matchup loaded with talent on both sides was highly anticipated. The two fan bases hate one another, and only one of these teams will have a chance to bring the cup back to Canada after this round. Heading into Game 1, the things to avoid for Vancouver were simple. Stay out of the box. With the Oilers' power play clicking at a ridiculous 47%, no one has been even close to successfully shutting it down. Being on home ice and jacked up with the crowd, Vancouver throws that game plan right out the window by taking a too-many-men penalty and putting the best power play in the world on the ice. Great start. Now, no one has been able to solve this Oilers power play because of the personnel and Connor McDavid's ability to make a play in virtually every spot of the ice. Most power plays usually have their star players in set positions where they like to shoot the puck or make a play. But with McDavid and Draisaitl and all the other weapons on the Oilers' power play, they are all constantly moving and shifting to create confusion for penalty killers. The Canucks themselves play a diamond formation on the penalty kill, and as we've seen in the Rangers series against Carolina, there's plays to be made down low. The Oilers' power play takes what it's given, it isolates the lone defenseman down low, and Hyman buries to make it 1-0. For the Canucks, they're probably better off sealing the goal line to avoid these 2-on-1s and force Edmonton to just try and beat them up high. It's not an ideal situation, but when you have a power play that dominant, you need to take away the highest percentage play. Now, if that adjustment is made later in the series, look for Edmonton to move McDavid to the point so that he can facilitate looks where there's space. Now, when 5-on-5 in this series, the Oilers are going to try and take advantage of Vancouver's defensive zone coverage and how they collapse. The Canucks play a relatively passive style in their own end, and with the way that the Oilers interchange in the offensive zone, it can give Edmonton extra space to make a play. On goal number 2, the Oilers have good speed off the rush to get the Canucks disorganized. Ian Cole makes a bad play under pressure to Draisaitl. He kicks it up high, and Ekholm has all day to step into this one with the passivity of the Canucks. With the Oilers leading 2-0, Vancouver throws its third line on to take an offensive zone draw. The Canucks get into a 3-2 look on the faceoff. Two big bodies are in front. Joshua plays the boards, and he's Johnny on the spot for the rebound. Then the Canucks become a victim of some bad bounces and tough goaltending. First, the Oilers do a good job again at backing up the Vancouver D with their speed, and they use the space to find a trailer. CC takes a clapper, it bounces off of Cole and into the net. Then Edmonton takes advantage of a poor gap in the neutral zone against Hyman, and he's got an easy zone entry due to slight misreads in the middle. The shot changes speeds on the follow-through, and it finds a way to sneak in 5-hole, and that's one that Seelovs wants back. With it now being 4-1 for the Oilers late in the second, all Vancouver needs to do is get one to create the seed of doubt, despite them not having a good start. A crucial part for the Canucks' success is their speed and support on the puck in 50-50 battles. We've seen it all year long and in the first round especially, but here the forecheck of Vancouver is textbook and it comes in waves. As the Oilers go back to play the puck, Garland misses taking the body on his man, but before the D can even adjust to make a solid play, the F2 is already there to swarm him and force a quick decision. He throws it up the boards, and the third layer of Canucks give them possession in the zone. As this puck rims around, the D takes a chance to pinch without the support, given that it's 4-1. Vancouver starts to play on their toes, and again, there's instant support on the puck from the Canucks. It's poked down low, Lindholm centers the puck, gets a fortunate bounce, and now the seed of doubt has been planted in Edmonton. In the third period, we would start to see the speed of Vancouver imposing itself on Edmonton, and it's that same support on the puck that creates another goal. With this being a 4-on-4 situation, McDavid makes a decent defensive play on Besser that can spell trouble if he heads the other way with his speed. Besser does a good job at making sure McDavid doesn't just cleanly run away with the puck, but then look at the support that comes in to give the puck carrier options. First, it's Miller, and then it's Soucy to provide help, and keep the play alive in the zone. The puck eventually finds Besser on the flank, JT Miller's on the goal line, and he channels his inner Sidney Crosby with a beautiful chop tip on the goal line to beat Stuart Skinner. This is such an intelligent play because Nurse is a bigger guy and he already has good position in front of the crease. Instead of trying to fight an uphill battle, trying to jockey for position in that area in the blue paint, he stays tight to the post, knowing that Nurse has to respect the middle of the ice. It's perfect execution, and now it's 4-3. Momentum is a real thing in the playoffs, and with Edmonton chasing the play a little bit and on its heels, Vancouver starts to take advantage. As the puck heads up ice for Vancouver, Edmonton is in a decent position considering they have numbers. But once again, it's Vancouver's speed that gives Edmonton problems. With Edmonton closing off the middle, Blueger is going to attack the gap to give Höglander a bank option so that he can bypass the Oilers in the neutral zone. Now, Blueger has a semi-break, which forces Edmonton to bust back and over-collapse to take away the threat in the middle of the ice. That leaves all this space for Blueger to use. He finds the other Big Z in Zadorov, and he claps it home to tie this game. Momentum plays a big part, but it's the speed of Vancouver in the neutral zone with both their puck movement and their legs that created this comeback. With the building rocking and Edmonton seemingly shook by what just transpired, you can just see the hesitancy in their forecheck. Instead of now thinking offense, they're thinking, let's not blow this, and are subconsciously playing more defensive. Usually, this forward pressures the puck carrier, but everyone seemingly backs off. That gives Vancouver just a moment to take advantage and look for a play up ice. Realizing that there's some time for the Vancouver D to execute a breakout, both wingers leave the zone early to create an option for a stretch pass. As this reaches the far blue line, Garland starts to come underneath to build speed, and with 2 passes, the Canucks are back on the attack with speed. Garland hits Skinner with the fake clapper and goes 5-hole cheese. That is something straight out of Jason Spezza's textbook back in the day, and the Canucks come all the way back from a 4-1 deficit to take the lead. But this one isn't over, and the Canucks still have to defend that lead against a team that is basically automatic with an extra man on the ice. With the goalie pulled in the final minute of play, the Canucks do an excellent job of stuffing Edmonton. Remember earlier in the game and in the video when I said Vancouver's passivity in their zone is something that Edmonton will try to expose. Well, with the net empty, look at how effectively they flex out and pressure the puck carrier while staying within structure. A couple of massive blocks and defensive plays from the Brock star Brock Besser keeps Edmonton off the board, and the Canucks complete an epic comeback in Game 1. The Oilers may have the fastest player on the planet, but the team speed of Vancouver as a whole can be a difference maker in this series. Based on Game 1, this has the potential to be a track meet, as the key to winning for both teams will be determined in the neutral zone. When both teams are able to use their speed through the middle of the ice and cause the other to over-collapse, good things ended up happening. If one of these teams can either slow down or outpace the other in the neutral zone, they stand a good chance of winning this series. As for the mental aspect of a game like this, we saw firsthand how Edmonton became more passive and timid in their decision-making when they blew the lead. Great teams don't let a positive or negative result bleed into the rest of the series, but it will be in the back of Edmonton's mind the next time they try and hold a lead. So, what did you think of this game? Let us know in the comments down below, and give us your predictions of who wins this series and in how many games. We've got tons more breakdowns coming, so make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on a single thing.